I've been in Fremont for about 33 years. And even in my practice with just a single person, I see the representation now of Indian patients in my practice, which is much more than it used to be. And the reason why, I don't think it's really specific to the Indian community. When we think of stigma, we think of it as one singular piece of the mental health puzzle. But stigma can be very varied. There is a self-stigma. Just like Ratnesh was saying, he felt guilty, he felt bad. So there are a lot of individual characteristics that dictate it. What will people think if I speak up about it? A sense of personal failure about it. There is a public stigma, how we perceive people who have a mental health issue. Our own biases are actually hidden from us. Then there is sort of the professional stigma. If I speak up to my boss about my challenges, am I going to be fired? Am I going to be treated differently, separately? So, so stigma is sort of a multi-layered beast. And within the Indian community, what I notice is that, yes, there is not a very well-established vocabulary about talking about mental health issues. And, the children, the young adults who I see, they will often say, my parents respond when I speak to them by saying, what reason do you have for being depressed? You have everything you could need. So they tend to externalize reasons for depression, and they don't look at it from a disease, neurobiological, neurochemical problem. And or they'll say, oh, it's just a way of you needing attention. This is an attention-seeking behavior. So, the type of response that you get from the person that is your first point of contact begins to dictate what you're going to do after that, right? Because if you get from your, say, parents that this is not something we talk about, and that may not be the intent of the parent, but that's the messaging being sent to the child. So then they become quieter, they're not talking even more. And so it leads to, as Val was mentioning, years and years going on before you can actually get the help you need.